Hello, friends. Hello, hello. Hi, friends. I'm so excited to be back. Okay. And I have my brand new baby boy. Oh, he's so milky. Oh my goodness. Hi, everyone. He's got a little spit up. So hopefully he behaves himself during our time with Gracie and her mom, Carrie. Okay, let's see. Hi, everyone, says Baby Brave. Hi. Okay, got that ad. Woo woo! Happy New Year, everyone. Hi, ladies.
Hi, let me get my phone situated.
Okay.
We're not professionals, so we.
Oh my goodness, that's okay. I love non-professionals. Me either. I've got my newborn with me.
Say hey, Grace. Grace has never done a live chat like this, so say hello.
Hi, gorgeous.
Look at that sweet baby. Oh my goodness. Beautiful.
Thank you. This is my first interview back from my maternity leave.
Oh. Well, aren't we the lucky ones?
Yes, no, I
We get
feel
to
so
spend
lucky.
We get to spend time with your baby. And
Oh, yay. I wish you ladies were here to help me with all my babies. So my husband's putting the other 3 down, and then I've got this guy. So we're just going to wish us luck over here that we can get through this next year.
Okay, I'm going to try to sit my phone down. I've got this. Let's see if I can get it.
Hi, baby.
It's going to fall, Mom. Can you see us? Can you lean in? Can you see us?
I can. It's a little bit, yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, lean in towards Mom, Grace. Because you know it's all about Grace.
Oh, 100. And Grace, you just had a birthday, and everybody's saying happy birthday, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies.
She's feeling 22.
That's her Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes.
So one thing I forgot to put on our stories was like the biggest deal of why I started following you, Grace. Your rap songs and your Taylor Swift songs, and most importantly, your makeup tutorials.
Wow.
Wow, that's why I started following you. I was like, this girl can do makeup and she can sing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And recently, you've been working really hard, Grace, right? After the holidays, you were just sending out all your shirts left and right.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll share some tomorrow.
You're headed to the post office tomorrow, too?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'll start from the beginning. Grace, Carrie, I'm Mercedes, and my daughter, Sunflower, she's 6 years old. She has Down syndrome, and she has opened my eyes and allowed me to enter this beautiful community and world. And I have loved following you, Grace, because I can now show Sunflower, hey, look at this beautiful young lady doing all these wonderful things, public speaking, modeling, using your artwork to start your own business. And do you want to share with us, Grace, about your business?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them about your business.
I started in March last year, and I painted 3 bottles to big lot. That's not the first one, and then the second one is lemonade, a glass of lemonade.
Yeah.
And go with flow and hay love bug.
She's wearing her latest one. You want to
Oh,
show?
let me see it.
Look.
Heck yeah.
Wait, let me find. Heck yeah. Look,
Heck yeah.
See the champagne? Yeah.
Yeah.
I get if you have
We have a
a
line.
Oh, yeah, we did pour a little glass of wine.
That's okay. I didn't have wine, but I had a hard seltzer.
I poured me a glass, and Grace said, "No, I don't think I want any." She came in here and she goes, "I think I'll have some."
Yeah, right?
So,
Always a good idea.
yeah. But yeah, the shirt Grace is wearing, it was a last minute thing. She had painted that painting. Gosh, when did you paint that painting? Probably
During the summer.
during the summer, maybe. Yeah, because she loves champagne and mimosas.
Yeah.
And
Because we live in Carsville and there's like a track and all other mimosas.
so we decided last minute when our awesome print company said that they could do those shirts for us. We were able to get them out for Christmas and New Year's, so it was nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so, tell me where the name Candidly Kind comes from, because I think that's an absolutely adorable name.
It describes me.
It does.
Yeah.
To a
That's
T.
true. It really does. You know, honestly, when Grace was, I think maybe a junior or a senior, I had talked. Grace, are you tired?
A little bit.
I know, girlfriend. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with me. It's
Oh, no,
9:30.
no. She'll stay up till all hours. I mean,
Oh,
this
really?
This is early for her.
I was fun example and I can say fun. So.
Okay. Okay.
No, but when Grace was a junior or senior, I talked to several moms because we were in a rural town, sort of,
Yeah.
you know, North Georgia, an hour north of Atlanta and an hour south of Chattanooga. So there really aren't many groups, support groups at all, until you get closer to Atlanta or Chattanooga. So we were going to form a group, and I thought, let's call the group the Candids, because I mean, how much that's description of Grace and most of her friends with Down syndrome. And we were going to do it exclusively for Down syndrome, you know, population. So I had already thought of that for that group. So when Grace and I talked about her starting her business, it was just like that had to fit, that just fit with it, you know, candidly. Yeah. Grace is definitely candid, but she's very kind. So.
Yeah, and my relationship, his name is Bradley Carlisle, and he made me a concession in Atlanta, me and him to his beach down there. So he made me down there.
She's talking about her boyfriend.
Oh, Bradley. Yeah. Check our stories. There's a picture of them.
Enough of the candidly kind, on to the boy, right?
I know.
Right? I know.
The real stuff. Yeah, I wanted to talk about Mr. Bradley, but I also wanted to talk about the public speaking that you did, and when you were the keynote speaker at the Best Buddies in Georgia. That's so huge. Not a lot of people can do that, stand in front of others and speak. And I just think that's so awesome that you did that, and you did that for Best Buddies and the wonderful community that we love so much. That's amazing.
Do you want to tell her about your speech?
Yeah, so my mom, she was a lady, her name was Anna Humpton Jones, and she called my name up, and she gave me like two awards.
Grace got the grand champion of the year for Georgia. You know, at the gala is all about raising money for in each state. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Mercedes. You probably are, and other moms. But each state is trying to get a state office, and some states have a state office. So it was the Best Buddies Georgia Gala, and the goal is to raise enough money to have a state office.
Oh,
so
amazing.
Grace was grand champion,
Yeah.
but she's talking about the speech. They had already asked her to speak, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing, Grace. Do you have any other upcoming speaking gigs that you'll be looking forward to, or are you looking to get some more?
We're thinking about it.
Yeah, thinking about it. You're putting your name out there. I love it.
Honestly, she has a gift of speaking, and that I didn't realize until she did it a couple of times. And I mean, who can get up in front of 300 or 400 people and do a speech like this? I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you.
Right. I'm kind of getting sweaty talking to you ladies, and I'm at home.
Well, you know, and Grace, she said she was nervous, and she got up there and ad-libbed and just funny and engaging, and it was just awesome.
And my phone too.
What?
The Gala did put my both arts in there.
Yes, they played Party in the USA for Grace.
Oh yeah, girl, Miley Cyrus. Wait, is that Miley Cyrus or?
Yeah, that's her.
Oh,
Yeah.
woohoo!
That's one of her older ones, but I love that song too.
Oh yeah, that one's definitely a crowd pleaser. I like that.
Absolutely.
So, I also wanted to ask you, Mom, just about your experience, and I'm glad you mentioned that you lived in a rural area, because I feel like that's a lot. Thank God for Instagram now, but I feel like that was just like a different time, and it was probably really hard to find connection.
Well, I didn't have any, and honestly, I was caught up in the whole thing of raising 3 girls. I have 3 daughters. One lives out in California, actually, went to UCLA.
Yeah. And then my sister, Kara, she's like in Palm Bay in Melbourne Beach,
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have 2 other girls that are not at home anymore, but at the time, you know, I was caught up in raising my girls. Mm-hmm. They went to school 30 or 40 minutes away from home, so I was constantly on the road. Right. Grace was in school and locally, but they were out of town. So it was just, I was caught up in all that, and I didn't have the support system, and I did not realize how much I really had needed it until they were gone, until they were, you know, Tana was at college. That's my daughter that's in LA. She's living there now. And then Kara graduated and went to school. So it's very difficult for people in rural areas to get that support system, and it's needed. But the business and us starting this business, Grace was a senior, and it's been like a godsend for me to connect with so many families just like you, and just that I've never met, but I feel like they're better friends than some friends that, you know, really. So, but it's hard. But as far as Grace and growing up, going through school, my biggest thing always, even though we were rural and I didn't have the support, I 100% wanted her included.
Okay.
Inclusion.
Tell me about that. That must have been tough.
Honestly, I think I was one of those moms, you know. I mean, it wasn't that time. I'm about to drop my phone. It's slipping out of my hand. I'm holding it.
Oh, are you?
Because
okay.
I had it propped up, but it wasn't showing. Everyone knew, I mean, that's what I wanted. That's what I would fight for. And so they made it easy for me, but honestly, the school, if I'm being honest, the education wasn't that good. So even though everybody loved Grace, I mean, they really, most people just adored her.
Right.
But they put her in inclusion classes, and basically she just, a lot of the time she would just sit there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it was, I mean,
it's complicated.
and it needs to be improved. Yeah. Special education really needs to improve. And I found in talking to parents across the country through meeting them through her online account that it's that way in a lot of places.
It's still that way. Yes. Even in, I mean, a big city, even in, like, it's not just in the rural places, it's everywhere, and it's wild. Why is it taking so long? Why is it so slow rolling out? That, I don't know. It's so interesting.
Well, I have a good friend, well, not a friend who I met. Her son is going to the program at Georgia Tech. They have a program for people with disabilities at Tech.
Yeah.
And I met her through that, and he's involved in Best Buddies, and she goes with parents to IEPs as a support person. And she's out in San Francisco area, like on the outskirts, and she was like telling me that even there, when she goes into those meetings, that she has to fight for those kids.
Right. Right.
Anyway, but
Oh, you were a trailblazer, Gracie, in your town.
Yeah, my town's fun.
we moved a little closer to Atlanta, so Grace is involved more in the Atlanta area now, which is a
Okay.
Because tomorrow to this playhouse is like sometimes some people go to like to this playhouse and off the place I go like tomorrow to this playhouse.
What's tomorrow? Tell them what you do on Tuesdays.
But it's internship training. It's like we make candles and all that.
It's internship training.
Yeah.
Oh,
They learn different things, and then they'll go and take those. It's really good for Grace because she's never had a group of people with Down syndrome that she was friends with. She had one person in all of her years of school that she was in class with that had Down syndrome.
wow.
I know. So, and Bradley goes.
Yeah.
And Bradley, okay, so now tell me about Bradley. Grace,
Well,
tell me about your boyfriend.
He has Down syndrome and he goes a lot and he's doing great. And my birthday was fun. It was like all my friends and my family came and we ate at A-Track in Cardsville. It was fun.
Yeah, Bradley came. Bradley came. Yeah.
Yeah.
He outdid himself on your gifts, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did. That's right. That's a good boyfriend.
They've been together now. When did you start talking to Bradley? When was it? They gave a speech to the Down Syndrome Association of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And when was that? Last year.
Last year, yeah.
On World Down Syndrome Day.
Yeah, that's
March what?
March 21st.
Right.
Amazing. And how old is Bradley?
30.
Third? An older man?
I know, but I approve. He's
Okay,
really
good.
sweet. he's awesome. He's got the best
love
family. Funny because when Grace was born, she was transferred immediately. She had an open heart surgery when she was 6 months old. I did not know she would have Down syndrome. My blood test was negative, so I had no idea. So when she was born in the rural, sort of a rural area, Dalton, Georgia, they transferred her immediately to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Eggleston. And where they discovered that she had atrioventricular canal defect. Canal defect. But his mother, Bradley's mother, was the president of the Down Syndrome Association of Atlanta.
Oh, amazing.
Like he was 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
And she called me and came to the hospital. And when we saw them again last March 21st at this big event, I heard this woman talking, and I was like,
I know that voice.
I talked to her like when Grace was 2 days old, and I know that voice.
Oh my goodness.
So it's kind of.
It's beautiful. That's a beautiful story. I love that. Well, Grace, did you want to share with everybody about your weekly schedule? Like, what does a week look like for you? Like your day to day?
Just having fun and hanging out.
Just have Starbucks? Do you
Starbucks is my favorite. Cause some people send me some gifts in the mail in Calhoun. Some people send me some like organic makeup stuff and Mac.
Oh yeah. Grace is sort of like an influencer for Urban Decay, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I've noticed that, and you're trying something right now. What did I just see on your stories? What product are you using right now that you're kind of seeing if you like or not?
I love it.
The Urban Decay product you're using is what she's asking.
The mascara.
Oh yeah, is it a good one?
Yeah, that's her favorite. What's it called?
Perversion.
All their names are kind of a little risque.
I know.
And it's so funny because Grace will be on there and I'll go, Grace, what color eyeshadow is that? And she'll go, booty call. And I'm like, oh, okay.
What was the other one? Get Naked.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now the foundation. You're talking about the foundation they sent her to try. What is it, Grace?
Stay naked.
Stay Naked foundation.
Stay Naked.
And it's
That's
awesome.
right there.
We both have it on right now. And
Well,
I
you
didn't
girls look flawless.
put much makeup on, but it's awesome. It
You
really
ladies
is.
look flawless. Well, I wanted to also open it up. We have a lot of wonderful followers, and we wanted to open this up. If you guys have any questions out there for Grace or her mom, Carrie, go ahead and leave a question right here in the comments below, and I'll try and get to it. But Carrie, I wanted to ask you also if you just had any words of encouragement for, I don't know, parents, for young adults with Down syndrome, just any words of encouragement and things you've learned through the years.
Well, like I said, I think inclusion is so important because being included in Grace is going to be around people of all walks of life throughout her life. I mean, it's very important not to be in I call it a segregated classroom.
Totally.
Basically, it's what it is.
Right.
I think it's important to fight for that. I'm not saying, don't pull your child out, have special reading, taught or whatever like that. As far as, I don't know where my life would be if I didn't have Grace. I mean, it's like, there's no grief there. I mean, it's just like, it's such joy that Grace has brought to me and our family and everyone that knows her that it's indescribable, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And so if there's one thing that I could say is not to ever, I'm not saying there's not hard times, believe me. There's those, there's the time when, Grace hit this, through the years that you have to deal with, but
like any person,
I had to deal with my other two children too, my other two daughters, so it's like, just, take it in stride and enjoy
the day.
Enjoy the little things, because that's what Grace has really taught me. To enjoy the little things, right?
Yeah, and save the world.
Save the world.
Yeah, save the world, world peace, and hunger. One beautiful smile at a time.
Yeah, that's one of her recent shirts. The P. What does it say, Grace?
Let it begin with me.
The P. It's got a peace sign, and it says, "Let it begin with me." And it's true. It's really true. Yeah.
I literally almost teared up right now. I love that, Grace. It's beautiful.
Yes.
That's gorgeous. Okay, I've got some questions. It's amazing that you do so much for charity, Grace. Where did the idea for the business originate for your t-shirts? Who thought of making your art into t-shirts?
The previous rainbow.
What? That's who you gave to on your first one.
Yeah. The second one is...
No, but talk about why we started the business. We remember we were looking at colleges.
Oh, yeah, colleges.
We were looking at colleges, but Grace decided she didn't want to do that.
No.
Straight to business, straight to entrepreneurship.
Well, I mean, not.
But in colleges, I went the Clemson Live program, and I toured our Clemson Live because since Richard boys play football at Clemson, like Bandsford and Bransford, they play for Clemson, and I love Clemson.
We toured Clemson Live, and several of her friends played football for Clemson. So you know who we were pulling for in the national championship,
right?
But they lost.
I know. They had a cute cheering squad, though, nonetheless.
Honestly, Mercedes, Grace went through an adverse situation in high school, and I don't really like to talk about negative things, but I'll tell you, this is the result of that. Honestly, it was like Grace has always had the funniest phrases.
Yeah,
and some of her shirts, have.
Don't be dramatic. That's a good word, Dave.
Don't be so dramatic.
That's one of her shirts. And she's always been a good writer and had these funny phrases and loved to draw and paint, So she went through this.
She wrote letters too.
Yeah, she writes a lot of letters, long letters. Honestly, it was a higher power that sent me the vision. Honestly, I mean, like it sounds like unreal, but it's true. going through that adverse time, and it was very difficult. I was just in a state of just
To the mind.
a bad state of mind. Yeah, one
Yes.
day after we had experienced some things with that, and it was like God said. It was really literally like a higher power, and so I talked to Grace about it, and I really did want her to think about going to college.
Okay.
And especially Clemson Life is amazing.
Yeah.
And then after that, I toured for Fort Springs and Cave Springs.
She toured several, but she decided she didn't want to go. But anyway,
Just
she
on the
started
website.
this business when she was still a senior.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of, I talked to Grace and she wanted to do it. And then you did the first shirt, right?
Yeah.
We didn't know what would happen, did we?
No.
We just honestly, like, the first weekend we sold 20 shirts online and we were like, to
I
choose
love that.
20 shirts.
100%.
And I had already contacted, when we decided to do it, my big thing was giving back. I mean, that's it's the very big to me. And so I had already contacted Liz with Rick and told her we would like to give the profits from her first shirt to her.
Yeah.
So I think the first week we ended up maybe selling 30 or 40 shirts, but we thought we hit the jackpot.
Oh, totally.
No, it just one thing led to another, and Grace did her second shirt, which was your second shirt after Beat the Line.
Make some lemonade.
Yeah, I made lemonade.
Yeah.
So every shirt you sit and think, is this the last one, or are we going to do another? Still, even now.
And now you keep cranking them.
We took a break. We're like, ooh, we got to have a break after Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas is fun.
It is fun. And as an entrepreneur, you have to know when to take your breaks, huh? Because you could be on all the time.
I know, believe me.
Believe me. Well, you guys are amazing. We have another question. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get mine.
I know. I want mine too. Cheers.
Okay, girls. Let's
I'm
cheers.
holding the phone, but
Woo!
He's famous.
My heart self.
Did you hear Grace Mercedes?
What'd she say?
She said she's famous. That's Grace loves to tell people they're famous. She'll go, she's famous like me.
She's famous like me. Yeah, we are. I did want to ask a question from one of our viewers. She asked, how would you describe the relationship between Grace and her sisters?
How would you describe it, Grace? I would just, they are super close.
That's beautiful.
No, one's in California and one's in Florida.
But I'm talking about going to Florida. That's what I'm talking about.
You are?
Yeah.
Tell them about your sisters.
My sister from Florida, she's doing great, and she's in her classes down there, and I call them every night. So.
Oh.
She calls, but she talks to her sister.
Like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. So
Yeah. Doesn't matter what time it is, huh?
They talk every night.
Yeah.
Oh.
So my oldest daughter, they're just really close. Like she
Yeah.
met us in New York when Grace was
on the Times Square video.
at the Times Square video. We had a set up at the
But-
Buddy Walk in Times
Uh-huh.
Square. She met us there. I mean, Grace is very close to her sisters. I guess
That's amazing.
other than her dad and I.
His name's Dan. So.
They're the two closest people to Grace for sure.
Oh. Best friend.
We can't leave Bradley out.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Bradley's a close third, but sisters.
He travels everywhere too. He travels in he travels in Florida because his dad is from Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, Bradley does a lot of things too.
Yeah.
He does acting and
Travels.
yeah, he does a lot.
Oh, amazing. I'll have to follow him. I don't think I follow him. Is he on
They're
Instagram?
not big on Instagram.
They're on Facebook.
Facebook.
He's on Facebook. It's his personal Facebook. Aww.
Uh-oh. Buddy. He's holding on now. Well, I'm so excited that I get to talk to you ladies. It's been a long time coming. I think I've followed you for a couple of years now, Grace. You're amazing.
Think about that.
I still remember your senior photo.
Yeah.
Photo. Yeah.
I know.
I'll never forget it.
We were at the shoot for those senior pictures, and it was just the school shoot, you know, the Drake and everybody. So the guy was really taking time with Grace. I was glad.
Yeah.
And he was like, Miss Key, come over here and look at this one. And he showed me that. I said, that's the one I want. the kissy face. I said, that's the one that's framed in our house because it is so Grace. Yeah.
It's so perfect. It is totally you, Grace.
Yeah. So it's fun.
Oh, so fun.
Well,
I'm so happy.
So fun to have us.
I know. Thank you. And thank you for all that you guys do in trailblazing and just promoting and giving back to our community. And Carrie, I just want to say that I personally love how much you allow Grace to be her own advocate, you know, her own voice, and you prop her up. And it's just an example for me and how I want to be with my sunflower. You know, like I love helping to be her voice, but ultimately I want her life and her own voice to shine and to be what people hear. So I don't know, that really speaks to me when I follow your guys' account. So
it's so important. I know Grace will say, you know, like if I'm doing we're doing a story or something, she'll want me to get on there. And I'm like, Grace, nobody wants to see me. They want to see you.
I know.
They want to see you.
I know.
They don't want to see Mom.
That's like me and my sunflower. I'm like, you're the only blonde I will let upstage me. It's for my daughter. I will let you
I
upstage
want to
me.
thank you as a young mom for being and I'm just so blessed to have joined the community of moms across the world and parents across the world that are advocating for it because it's amazing. I don't know where anybody would be or the future would be without it. I mean, social media has some things that
social media.
Oh yeah,
you know, people criticize it, but there's so much good that's come from it.
100%.
The awareness, mainly the awareness.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The awareness, the connection. It's pretty beautiful. There's always a bad, but there's always a beautiful. You know, there's like two parts, and I feel like the part that you guys play is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
I definitely tried my
She's yawning, but she'll be up till 3 a.m. You know.
Okay, Grace. You know what? I love that. Well, let's do one more cheers, and I'll let you ladies go. Are you going to go watch a show, Grace, or what are you going to do now?
What are you going to do now?
Watch videos.
Okay.
Tell her your favorite show.
Smallville.
She loves Smallville.
Ooh.
You call it syndication now or whatever?
Yeah.
Drama videos.
It's an old one, but a good one.
Yeah, because I got this for Christmas this year.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, she dressed up as Superman.
I love that. I love that.
Girl Superman.
Yeah.
Girl Superman.
There you go.
Yeah, girl.
I love you guys so much. Well, Happy New Year, and I'm praying for you guys, and I'm praying that it's another blessed year for your company, Candidly Kind.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Love you.
Bless your beautiful family and sunflower.
Thank you.
She's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mercedes.
Okay. You're welcome. Bye, Grace. Bye, Carrie.
Bye. Bye.